All right, what is going on, Discord family, and welcome back to another edition of Market Review with me, t.hobbs. Today is January 21st, 2025, year of our Lord, and today was a slow grind day. You know, the market's getting off its high horse and not off its high horse, it's getting off its Trump horse, right? It's getting off its Trump horse and kind of going off that high that we had all week, right? All last night. Yesterday was crazy. It was a shortened day, but I swear we moved more yesterday and in the overnight session than we did like all last week. It was crazy, right? 400 points down, 500 points back up on the Dow Jones. It was just a really good day to trade. I myself was trading demo today. I had some lapses in, emotional judgment, and I ended up blowing all of my accounts, right? So to get back on par with who I am as a trader and make sure I don't make those mistakes anymore, I put myself in demo, and I'm still trading exactly the way that I would inside of a regular account, but I'm trading in demo. And let's be honest, if you're trading a combine account, if you're trading a funded account, you're pretty much trading demo to try to make some money. Like that's what you're doing anyway. But today I took some really nice trades, and I'm gonna share those ideas with you guys. But first, I'm going to break down the pre-market plan on both the Dow Jones as well as the S&P 500. I'm going to tell you what I was looking at, tell you what I saw, tell you what I did, and then we'll go from there. So first and foremost, over here on the Dow Jones, what was the conditions? We were in the mark up phase. We were in a strong uptrend, right? We were bearish as long as we stayed below 44,216, which you can see we did not, right? We were bullish as long as we stayed above 488, which you see we definitely did. And I said the rally is strong on the daily and looking to make new highs. The above 4-hour supply zone is the last defense for the bears until the flip back to bullish character. Above 44,216, and we could see some more short squeeze activity. We didn't quite get the fireworks. It took us a little longer than I anticipated breaking through the supply zone. We still broke through it, and I think we'll continue this price action going into tomorrow. So what was I looking for? I specifically told the Discord, I don't suggest you short this. But if you must, the only place I'm looking to short is 4-hour supply at 44,062 through 44,221. And I want to look to target the top of the range only. So this would just be a quick scalp back down to the previous day high or 44,000. I'm not sure because I wasn't watching my entire trade, but I'm pretty sure we didn't even get that, right? And then my bullish criteria, break and retest above this area. This probably will play in more so inside of the Tokyo, London session or whatever. So look for more continuation inside of that session. Bullish activity down here was also look for buyers to defend the Tokyo lows in the event that we came all the way down there. Again, like I told the Discord, I didn't anticipate us coming down there. I was looking at this market like a full-blown uptrend. And that's exactly what we got. So the short and high range, long the lows, break and retest from the high of the lows. The same shit every day, right? What was the high? 44,000 through 43,935. What was the low? 43,820 through 43,735, right? For me, that's all I really needed. I trade, my new time in which I'm trading the markets right now is 550 market time. So it's given me the benefit of finding those lows and highs, which is where I really want to be when I'm trading. I really want to be in at the low. I want to be in at the high, and I want to hold my trades like virtually all day or however long it takes to hit my TP. Today was really telling for me as a trader because I learned a lot about myself. Now I'll take off, actually, no, I'll leave it on. It doesn't matter. All right. So for me today, if we go all the way back and we look at 550, 610 macro, right? So we come down into 550 and I'm watching this and I'm looking at areas in which I can get long, right? So first and foremost, I see the structure. Okay. Actually, let me take this off because it'll be easier for you guys to follow me if I just take this off. All right, there we go. Boom. So I know it'd be a lot going on my charts, right? But so if I follow the structure, just simply following the structure, when I wake up in the morning, I'm looking for structural breaks, right? So we had the selling coming down here, right, into 235 candle. We pushed up above that selling at 3 a.m., 340. That's London open. I also pay attention to 43,807 or 808 because that's London open. And I like to see the market trade away from opening prices. We break the high, right, and push up into the Tokyo session high right here at 43,922. Now, when I came into the market, I still wasn't even up yet. It was 5 o'clock, right? When I got to the market, it was 550 and we were coming down. So I don't want to participate in the downtrend because I understand that the market is now holding this low and this low. So anything I'm really looking for, right, is I'm looking to find the previous high, right, down to the previous low. So I take this Fibonacci retracement and I go down, I go down to about sorry, my shit's kind of lagging because of the OBS, but you can see that the market 818, right? 43,818 was the low. But I also knew we had midnight price here and we had London price here. Knowing my instrument, I knew that the Dow Jones had a high probability of sweeping midnight and London before heading up. So I waited for the sweep. I put a limit order at 80. I put a limit order like right at 811 or 815 or something like that. It swept down and it gave me positive slippage. I ended up getting long at 43,808. I posted that right in the Discord. I said, hey, I'm long 43,808. I'm looking for a target first of 43,000, or was it 44,062, right? Because I had a supply zone here and I'll bring that back in. I had a supply zone here at 44,062, right? We hit that target, right? 44,062. I actually sold it low key. I sold it at like 43,984 because I was getting nervous. But once I felt that nervousness, I was like, all right, let me just bounce. So I sold the first contract here at previous day high. And then my next target was the data high, which was 44,332. We ended up going as high as 44,277, but I ended up locking in about 443 points on the trade, right? It was a really good trade, and it's exactly what I want to do every single day of this market because I understand the structure. I want you guys to understand the structure because the more you understand the structure, the easier it is to understand what the market is actually trying to get accomplished, right? So I'll go over I just went over the pre-market plan, which is, basically we got the break off of PM session lows like we do every single day. We held here, right? And then we pushed up above New York Open. But there's a couple things that I wanted to discuss inside of this, right? And I'll delete some of these boxes so you guys can see it a little better, right? Yes, I want to remove that. Right. And yes, I want to remove that. All right, we can always draw this back, okay? Okay, cool. So if we're looking inside of the structure, right? Just take the structure away. Let's talk about time for a second, right? Because I'm a three-way trader, right? I trade where, when, and why all day long, right? If we're looking at the where, right? Like I was already long from 808, but I want to talk about the areas where you guys could have entertained long opportunities as well. For me, I like to see the market trade down into 930. We got this aggressive candle rejecting the New York Open multiple times, right? But we ultimately traded down into 930 on the Dow Jones. This was a beautiful entry off 43,857 if you took it, or 857 if you took it. And then we rallied aggressively right up to almost hitting my TP, right? This pissed me off because I had to sit through this entire pullback, right? I honestly don't even think I was here for this pullback. But anyway, once we came, because once we came back down and we held New York Open, if you guys don't if you don't have this indicator, the indicator is called macro ICT, right? Macros by ICT or ICT macros, that's what it is. But if you don't want to use the macro, then every day that it's 7:30, go to that 7:30 candle and look up here where it says OHLC. Mark the opening print of that candle and just put a horizontal line and just watch the magic happen, right? Watch how price reacts to these opening prices. If we're above it, we're obviously bullish. If we're below it, right? You see how we below it here, but we continue to try to keep pushing and we're holding the low, right? We're holding the structural low. So that made me comfortable that we were eventually going to break it because everybody that's short here, where their stops, they're back here. So we run all of those stops. We come back down to the New York Open or come back down, to New York Open price. But look at how it's being delivered inside of the macro. Trade down to go up, down to go up. Bearish character though. So if you're looking to get long here, you're going to get smoked because you're too early. Remember, the market has to scalp, take something on both sides before it reverses again, okay? Essentially, the market goes up, it takes these highs, right? And I think we called this out actually on the NASDAQ because the NASDAQ was doing this as well. Valdez was in the long, right? And then I said, hey, if you're in those longs, that's probably the scalp. Take some profit up there unless you're planning on adding to the position on the dip. We came down, we dipped below the low. As soon as we saw this, I got a little scared in the demo account and I said, man, let me lock in at least 100 points. I'm never doing that again, right? Because what I learned during demo is that I'm very comfortable taking the trade and holding it all day. As long as I can get that entry that I want, right? Or holding it to my TP. I don't need to hold it all day. I want to hold it to my TP, right? But anyway, we held this opening price. We pushed up into 1025, and you guys know I love my 1037 candle, right? So let's check that 1037 candle. Look at that. 1037, that was the higher low of the day. The market never came back there. If you do nothing else and you just want to sit back and watch 1037 on the Dow Jones, 930 on the Dow Jones, these are levels that I've identified that are super sauce. So you come to the market late, you're like, oh shit, is it 1037? Let me see what Hobbs candle is doing, right? It doesn't work every single day, right? But it definitely has its benefits, okay? So the market travels up into the supply zone, hits my first TP at 44,062. We trade down into 1105 or 1125, 1145. Just kind of consolidate a little bit. And then finally, we get all of this consolidation inside of the PM session. And then finally break the high of above 44,216. And we almost made it to the data high, but I mean, the market was exhausted. It had done a lot. I mean, I grabbed 443 of these handles, and I think the market only traveled like 470. So I damn near got the full pool. I was a little disappointed that we didn't want to finish it off, but that's neither here nor there. So that was the Dow Jones on the day. I'd say the pre-market plan worked out to a T. So let's move over to the S&P 500. And I wanted to give a special shout out to one of our Discord members, Trading Yoga Girl, who's absolutely been killing it. She's inside demo. I always try to start people off that, you know, have confidence issues, right? Or they're dealing with building confidence. I want to start you off in demo because you don't have to worry about losing money in demo, right? That's why I go back to demo when I fuck up, because I don't have to worry about losing money in demo, right? So she's in demo right now, but she's been back testing. She's been doing her thing, and her pre-market plans have been absolutely sauce. So I just wanted to highlight her pre-market plan real quick inside of this video. So current conditions, bullish above 60.50, bearish below 59.94. Yesterday we had a short session with MLK Holiday. We're currently bullish on all time frames, and overnight we continue to find buyers, and we currently trading above the daily, right? Daily fib, right? So look to short the high of the range, short and lows. Basically, she uses my template to an extent and kind of makes it her own, right? High 60.62, 75 to 60.68. That's inside the range. The low 60.36 through 60.58. Daily supply at 61.13 to 61.86.50. 4-hour demand at 58.80. 4-hour demand at 57.97. None of those kind of played into play, but she puts those in levels into the trade. Look for buyers to push above New York AM at 6058 to target 6063 key level. That was one of her bullish plans. She also said she wanted to look for failed breakdown of the previous day low or key support at 6036 for a run back up to the break of the range from 36 to 58, reclaiming some major key levels for a run up to targets on the bullish plan. Bearish, she wanted to short the daily supply, which we never came to, so she didn't take shorts, right? And then she wanted to look to lose the 60.58 level to accept the target below previous day low, right? She ended up taking this trade right here, and I want to talk about that particular trade on the S&P 500. So let's come down to the 5-minute chart, because I have my shit set up about the same way as she did, but she took a beautiful trade today, and I just wanted to commend her on it because she's been working really hard the last few days and been taking some really dynamic trades, right? So she took trades off the pre-market plan. She was looking for PM session lows to hold, right? 60.47 was her entry right here. And if you turn on the macros, right? If you turn on the macros, she definitely did her thing, right? We traded down on the other side of 1010. She recognized the sweep and she got long right at 60.47. I apologize. My dog is barking because my babysitter's here. She got long here. She understood her invalidation point was 36. And she held into her profit target of 69 on the day, right? She ended up going all the way up to 69, locking in about 22 points. So it was a really dynamic trade. But ultimately, the S&P 500 followed the same rules, right? We always mark PM session high. Hang on one second. Let me get my dog. This kiddo. I'll be there in a second, Bubba. All right. Apologies. Real husband life over here. But anyway, so we trade down from 950 into 1010, right? So this was a great opportunity to look for a short at 6072. I thought the market trading up into 6072 was good, and she also agreed, but she realized that she missed the move, and she said, that's fine, I'll wait for the overall bullish move, because the market was mostly bullish, right? So she saw what she needed to see down here, and then she got long at 6047. No drawdown really on this trade. I think she might have been in drawdown for maybe like 2 points. And then again, like I said, held through all of this smoke up here, took profit at a good area inside of 660 or 6060, and then held the last runner into 6070 or 6069, right? So really proud of you for that one, Trading Yo Girl. Keep grinding. If we continue to look at the structure, however, when we got below these lows, right? I want to point out this because we were discussing this inside of the Discord on the 15-minute chart, right? Sorry, my stuff is okay. So one thing I want to point out is this dip last night, right? This dip last night at 7:45, 8 o'clock was very important for understanding what the market was trying to accomplish today, right? Once you see the market drop, I don't know, 1% on one 15-minute candle, and then the market buys all of that up, that's most likely a clear-cut sign that this is the low of the day, right? The market's not trying to trade much lower than that. So that doesn't mean you can't entertain shorts, right? What it means, however, is if the market's holding this low, right? This is the foundation. We build a house, we come back down and we hold this low. This is the second level. We build a house, we come back down and we hold these lows. This is the third level, right? The market's trying to build a house to take out this ceiling, right? And ultimately it ends up doing that. We get the break and the retest, which is another pre-market plan that we always have above PM session highs. We rally above there and we go pretty much toward this 6114. I'll be looking for us to push up there, probably inside of Tokyo, London session. It wouldn't surprise me to see Tokyo, London gap up, right? Because we got this tight consolidation up at these highs. It wouldn't surprise me to see us push down once and then push all the way into this supply zone to see what we can get for Wednesday's price action. So we'll see what we get. But ultimately, this was a great day to trade. The only thing that I would add, right? The only other little nugget that I would add is recognizing when the Forex factory doesn't have the US on the docket, right? Like we have very light news today. We weren't even on the docket, right? So when you see that, remember the market buys, the market has different levels, right? So there's a certain time the market moves, macro, right? There's a certain way the market moves, market structure, right? And then there's reasons people buy and sell. That's what fundamentals are for. When you have a lack of fundamentals, right? And you've had a huge move at night, you had a huge move the day before, right? You've had all of these big moves. You can expect the market to either consolidate or have what they call a low resistance liquidity run to the upside and or downside, i.e. continuing the current rally or dump that we're into, right? We look over here at the NASDAQ. Again, I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but the NASDAQ gave us the same little setup, except the NASDAQ had an in-wall that it was knocking on the door of from December 29th, from 21,742 to 21,708. Again, the same thesis though. If we come back and we look at the Tokyo lows, the market dipped down into these Tokyo lows and was not able to come back down here and break that wick. And if we just take, and this is why I love the NASDAQ, because sometimes it just be super saucy, right? If we take the previous high and previous low from this wick here, because I don't like to count that huge wick, what I do is I'll take like the base of the candle, right? Because if you go down to a smaller time frame, you'll see it, right? But you take the base of the candle right there, and you can see the market drop right into the bucket at 21,526. That's just a little trick that I do off the 15-minute. I take the top of the wick to the base of the candle off the 15-minute, and there's a reason why I do it, but I'm not going to go into all that because you guys probably already know majority of that, right? But anyway, the market drops right into the bucket at 21,526, and then we rally aggressively. We do the exact same thing with this 15-minute candle, but we got to trap everybody up. If you are the person that got smoked getting chopped up today and you weren't smart enough, or I shouldn't say smart enough, you weren't mature enough to walk away, because I've been there, right? And I'm still doing those things. Like, I'm not trying to act like I'm better than anybody. I still do those things, but I'm just telling you from experience. If you one of those people that got smoked and chopped up in this shit right here, right? It's because you didn't really understand truly what the market was trying to offer you, what it was trying to do, what was the focus of the market. I'm not telling you have to draw inwalks. I'm not telling you have to draw out PM session lows and PM session highs. What I'm telling you is you need to be in tune with the structure of the market, because if you're in tune with the structure of the market, then you understand no matter how many times we dip down in here, no matter how many times we push down aggressively, no matter how fast this comes down here, if this low down here does not break and this low back here does not break, the market is not trying to go lower. If you guys didn't learn anything from 2024, take it from me, right? Because I was the person early in 2024 trying to short this shit from the low. If you zoom out, right? If you just take a second and zoom all the way out, right? We're doing something very, very similar to what we did to start the 2023. We ended 2023. Let me turn these off because I want to drive this last point home, right? If you zoom out and you go all the way back to October, right? I'm just going to take you guys on a little bit of a trip so you guys understand, like, I look at this market a lot. October, we sold down aggressively, broke the low, and from that moment forward, we never looked back. We went from discount to premium and higher. Well, that was the start of the year, right? Look at what we're doing now. This is the start of the year. We drove down, took out these lows, and now we're headed from discount to premium. And if we continue with Trump as president, right, which we will, what do you think this is going to become? Do you think it's going to be A, premium, new premium, or B, discount? I don't know what you're looking at, but I know what I'm looking at, right? And I don't want to be the person fighting this rally the whole way up, right? Just get with the program and understand, like, we're in a different time right now, right? We really are, right? This is a very different time in the markets. And all I can tell you is I'm here to make money. I don't care which way the market is going, up or down. Just be in tune with the right time and the right direction. This is the market review. My name is T.Hobbs, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Peace.